Hi everyone, I'm Arun Malve and welcome back to gudshuis. If you're enjoying this tutorial so far and learning something new, take a quick moment to like, share and subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell icon. So in the previous section of DevOps learning path and also the SRE, so let me remove all these boxes and rearrange it properly. So we need some space for, uh, you know, let me bring this back. Okay, so cloud infrastructure. uh, like we'll be following with the tools like AWS, Azure, GCP, Terraform, and Ansible. So what exactly are we going to talk about here is like why AWS? It's the OG cloud uncle, I would say. Like it's the market leader. It owns like 32% of the cloud market. Uh, it's from the stats from 2024. Why do you want to learn here? It's like learning Excel in the corporate world. Everyone uses it, and also it's day bread and butter. So the funny part is like AWS services are like Pokemon. There are like 200 plus, and you can't catch them all. There is also a lot of other services within AWS, from S3 storage bucket to SageMaker, that machine learning offers everything. AWS offers everything. So if you want to touch base with storage, compute, AI, DNS, VPN, and databases, which all comes under one umbrella. The community support is massive when you see with the documentation, GitHub Enterprise templates, YouTube tutorials, and also AWS reinvent. If you see that the learning curve, it speeds up or the spikes up due to the community-backed solutions. In the real-time deployments, like Netflix scales like global video delivering using AWS CloudFront. Um, when we're talking about the AWS certification and the career upgrades is really important. If you hold the certification and you earn most of the knowledge based on the resources which are being shared from the AWS. There are a lot of other things falls under cost management, security tooling, infrastructure. That's my favorite bit. It's the Lego for adults, and reliability. And there's one of the good part is sandbox environment, which is like free tire friendly. You can experiment, you can test it, you can build with the confidence. Start with like a small EC2 instance and move on with S3 buckets and lambdas, creating them. And moving to the Azure. Azure is the enterprise king, I would say. Uh, it's the second large cloud by market share, which dominates in enterprise and regulatory industries. For on focusing on few of the things, like it's a cloud strength, and it has like Visual Studio Plus. If you're working on the Visual Studio, you can also add up the Azure. There are a lot of AI integration tools which can help you with, like, also example is one of them is Copilot. It's like real-time coding assistance powered. If you are working on like governance, compliance, I would say like this is one of the great path and great for financial and healthcare industries. And the learning curve is also really strong on this platform. So it offers gamified source courses plus sandbox labs. And when you're working on the transparency of the price calculator within the Azure, you can see the estimation cost and simulator with some enterprise level setups. So let's move on to the nerdy genius, which is GCP, the cloud Google Cloud Platform. So under the standards, like GCP runs the same infra as Gmail, YouTube, and the search engine. So GKE was born there. I would say like best management Kubernetes experience you will see if you are working on the under the GCP. So data analytic is the monster. Like the BigQuery, PubSub, Dataflow. If you are working from DevOps SRE to anything which is relatively to the data, then this will be the great place to start from under the GCP hood. It's also the cost efficiency, like per second billing, and there is also a few other things which you can see under the cost wizardry. And it's also serverless focused, security by default. If you are working towards SRE culture from you can see that there is a book already written from the Google, which matches tooling perfectly. Yeah, and there are a lot of innovation tools. Let me add one of them is Dora Metrics dashboard in the GCP, which helps measure DevOps productivity. And there's also real-time study cases where you can go and look into it, like Spotify, Twitter ads, and target run workloads. My favorite bit, Terraform, infrastructure as code. It's a cloud agnostic, write once, and you can deploy anywhere, like AWS, Azure, GCP. You can also version control for infrastructure with Git plus Terraform. So you can also roll back your infrastructure and it's completely traceable. You can create modules under modular and reuse the code with boosting productivity. Under the heads here, like human readable language, it's easier for new DevOps engineers or SREs to learn the JSON or the YAML. The state management is trackable with like real-time state under the infrastructure. And you can also see some of the Terraform cloud collaboration. If you're running, uh, or if you're working on the team, or if you're running multiple workspaces, you can share the workspaces, and you can use like policy as a code check as well. There's a dry state, don't repeat yourself. So reduce duplication with variables, locals, and outputs. When you're creating a pull request, or you can use like infra governance, automate approval workflows in the CI/CD pipelines. And with the providers, it's powerful ecosystem supports for DNS, GitHub, Datadog, Vault, etc. When you're working on when you talk about the automation, it's like less human error. No more clicking through the AWS console 50 times or more than that. So there are a lot of good integration tools with Terraform. It's like Jenkins, GitHub Actions, Argo CD, Atlantis, etc. And when you're running the plan, it's a crystal ball. You can see changes before what happens. The next one is the Ansible, the configuration management magician. When you're working on the agent list, it's simplicity, no installation required on any of the nodes, uses SSH. Uh, if you're readable like YAML playbooks, it's great intro for automation for the beginners. And you will see like it's run through, if you're running 1 or 10 times, you'll see the same results. There are no surprises at all. And there is also uses some of the community roles and modules to accelerate the work. If you are creating cloud modules which are built in, like creating easy to scale Azure VMs directly, and it's great for immutable infrastructure like bake golden MIs and manage or maintain consistency. If you're working on the CI/CD, there are a lot of integrations like easy to plug in with Jenkins, GitLab, GitHub Actions. Great. Let's move into the next section on monitoring and logging. But this time, we'll be looking into the SQL, log, lies, and the dashboard. So the spy part of looking into the monitoring section. So why do we monitor? Because hope isn't a strategy. So in this part, we're going to look into more in detail information like why do we need monitoring? Most startups don't monitor until something catches fire. Monitoring isn't a feature, okay? So it's an insurance. So we do require monitoring solutions. So if your application breaks, no one around to alert you, does it still make an incident ticket? Let me know in the comments below. And excuse me for using color changes for the logos here under the DevOps learning path. Prometheus, the time series boss. So it stores numeric data over time, like perfect for CPU, memory, request rate. Why it matters, Prometheus, is metrics and logs where you want real-time performance data. If you know this tool, then you are a master of monitoring. So there is few other things which comes along with this, like custom metrics with easy alert manager integration, service discovery, black box exporter. A lot of other things when you're working on data retention, like short-time memory, great for development environments as well. And it's open source, and there is a huge community. Okay, support is just on the GitHub issue away. So the next part is Grafana, the dashboard artist. It's a multi-data source magic here, like Prometheus, MySQL, Elasticsearch, CloudWatch. Grafana speaks all dialectics. In the dashboard templates, you can use or customize depending upon your needs. You can import JSON. Let me readjust the color coding here. And yeah, so you can also like utilize alert with styles, custom alerts, thresholds with email, Slack, and Microsoft Team integration. So let's see a few other magic, like when you're creating dashboards, you can auto adapt to cluster, namespace, or customers here. So the next one is Azure monitoring system, the corporate spy. That's what I call. It's like logs plus metrics plus traces. There's one solution to trace everything from VM CPU to app exceptions. There's also application insights like Google Analytics for your backend. Know every click, crash, or cough as well. Oh, sorry, let me rearrange the color here. Yeah, so what I was talking, yeah, monitoring and solutions and logging. So let's move on to the next section, which is ELK stack, Elasticsearch, Logstash, and Kibana, the Sherlock Holmes of logs. It's a powerful full text search, this is one thing like which I want to share is like find every error in the last hour for service X. That's lightning fast. Yeah, ELK will do it. Like Logstash, Beats agent, and Beats agents are lightweight, like file beat, metric beat, etc. It's like a tiny log collectors that whispers back to ELK. So if think in such a way, like if you have like indexing, okay, is fast and scalable, like Elasticsearch handles petabytes without crying. So the next section is AWS CloudWatch, the Amazonian watchtower, I would say. So this is like built in for all AWS services, like out of the box metrics for EC2, Lambda, RDS, S3, and many more. So you can also utilize with the custom metrics allowed, push your own metrics and monitor anything, even fridge temperature. Yeah. Yeah, there's inside queries like fast queries across millions of logs with SQL like syntaxes. Dashboards, you can create drag and drop, you can visualize them on usage, cost, latency, errors, all in like less than 5 minutes or 5 minutes, I would say. I could also imagine like the X-ray integration, like distributed traces of microservices in Lambda or ECS. It's like one-stop shop, single console to view logs, metrics, alarms, and dashboards. You can also add up with the cost explorer and billing metrics. See which service is eating your wallet in real time. So let's do a final recap of the DevOps SRE learning path from Hello World to the Hello Production. In this, from the basics, from the Linux foundation, the kitchen where all the servers are cooked, and then Git, where your time machine, like then move on to the Python, where you can automate the boring stuff and secretly debug more into the code. So the database, where the vault of your application memories are being stored. So on the next section, which we have covered this video, is like cloud infrastructure, the playground of all the gods, like AWS, Azure, GCP. You can choose any flavor of the cloud sorcery, and it's all expenses, all magical, where it how happens. Terraform, like you can write the code for building the infrastructure like a wizard, repeatable, testable and with few surprises when you are deploying it. And Ansible, the butler of all the servers, like automating politely and very good of doing things on your way. And the next section is CI/CD pipelines, like automating is the DevOps romance here. So GitHub Actions, GitLab CI, Jenkins, Circle CI, Azure DevOps, are all different brands of robots that test, build, and deploy. Monitoring and logging solution, the therapy session for your application, like Prometheus and Grafana, like a Fitbit of your service with beautiful graphs that don't judge. CloudWatch and Azure Monitoring are native cloud watches that quietly scream during incidents. ELK, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. Logs go in, magic comes out. The rule number one, always remember, if you are not monitoring it, you are not running it. So why this all matters under DevOps or SRE? Because DevOps isn't a job, it's a lifestyle, like yoga, but with more dashboards and less stretching. Learn these tools to be faster, smarter, and maybe even more employable than your friends who still SCP code into production. So if you think you have learned something new, okay, just like, share, and subscribe. Drop your funniest DevOps moments in the comments below. Until next time, may your bills be green and your alerts be false positive. Thank you. This video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Good Shoes. Stay tuned for more tech tips and tutorials. See you in the next one.